What's the next
right,
one?
Here's a hot take for you. I'm glad you brought it up because you know what? Everyone does this thing in CS where I don't, except for hot take point made, most of my actual takes on videos and like speaking about are real takes, the things I've thought about a lot. I've tried to apply my principles. I'm not actually a hot take Andy usually. I do look at like the bigger picture and tell you like, oh, don't write off Mouse yet. Maybe they can still win and get over the nerves or something, you know, or wow, don't overhype Team Liquid. We haven't seen them in the playoffs yet. So one thing that I will say is I'm going to do the same thing again. Everyone wants to tell me because Astralis beat Mongols, who we're all fucking loving, they look dope in the playoff games, and then obviously they just beat FaZe, the team that should have been the best at the event. Everyone was basically handing them the trophy, like, you're going to win the event. And if anything, everyone was going to say about FaZe, you're going to beat Eternal Fire and things like that. That's what we all would have said. No one would have given the props. So if Cos Astralis won that match, and they did also win it with, like, you know, the crowd fucking playing up to the doing the gladiator, are you entertained, etc. I'm just going to say it. I still think Astralis sucks. I still think they fucking suck. I actually think, first of all, I think FaZe threw that fucking series. That's an example, by the way, of where, in theory, I like the idea of the third place match and the points, etc., but it's still not the same as a final. It just isn't. And when you can't win the tournament anymore, like, I'm sorry, I think some players in FaZe don't really give a fuck if they're third or fourth. I'm just going to say it out loud. Like, I know they, listen, they were definitely engaged on map one. I thought they could take it or leave it otherwise. The problem is, and also, you think of the Mongols one, mate, everyone will beat the Mongols right now. The only time the Mongols have won on stage is when they played Eternal Fire, and someone has to fucking lose the game of the chokers. Like, at that point in time, you're guaranteed to win, aren't you? Like, fucking hell. So, my problem, I still don't think Astralis is good. By the way, I don't care that, yes, he did all that fucking great crowd work. I still think Cadian sucks balls, metaphorically. I think fucking Stound, by the way, mate, how many chances? Fucking Tyra Banks, we were all pulling for you, but you just fucking ghost every time you're on stage. You just disappear into the ether every time it matters. Like, here's the problem. Miss me with your third place match. Where the fuck were you in the semis? Where were you, mate? You should, by that logic, by the way, you are aware if you won that semi, you probably win this fucking event. Like, that was totally doable to anyone to beat Falcons in the finals. So, I look at their squad. Even Device, by the way, I don't know if he's still got some illness. He had some games that were off. He was kind of dodgy in even some of the third place games. Like, I look at this squad and it's like, they can still, like, let's say 1 out of 4 maps, the firepower turns up and they shoot people. But bro, on the last episode, when we've all rinsed them on Snake and Ban, all that applies as far as I can tell. Like, maybe we saw a little bit more signs of life, but the weakest field massive tournament we've had. Like, that on paper looks dope to come third and get that prize money. It isn't, as pointed out on the first topic, if you start going looking who's at the tournament. Like, it's actually embarrassing. And then I'll just throw this in there. If we're going to talk about the fact that, like, they came third, they also lost a best of 3 to Pain, to fucking to Falcons, and they took 3 maps to beat MIBR, and the other wins were Saw and Big. So, like, bro, it's not even like they just murked the event and came third. It wasn't like they blew everyone's brains. So, I don't know. I think they suck. I think Astralis sucks. I'm just going to double down.
They do. I was just going to, like, say they do. No, but the thing is, like, listen. Like, you mentioned it at the end. I was going to bring it up after you said they suck to just kind of confirm it. They did beat Saw, MIBR, and Big to get to the playoffs, and they beat Mongols there, and then whatever, right? FaZe was that stupid fucking thing that the third place decided that nobody ever played in the history of everything in CS, and then now that's supposed to be a big thing, right? No. Second thing, this tournament is kind of not even tier 1. Like, it's a tier 1-ish.
Tier 1.5.
You don't have teams.
Yeah, tier 1.5.
You don't have proper teams. Like, the lineup that Astralis, with the best game they played, let's say the best game on the tournament for them was the one against Mongols, yeah? 2-0. And line them up against Spirit. Do they have a chance? Like, put your fucking money there. Do they have a chance? No. Line them up against Vitality. Do they have a chance? No. Against Navi, do they have a chance? No. FaZe, we saw it. Like, I guess maybe we can, like, you know,
we'll give them that one
think
for now.
about it.
Asterisk, yeah.
Mouse, probably not. Falcons, they lost to Falcons. G2, can they beat G2? We haven't seen too much of G2.
I'd actually like to see that match. I'd like to know who sucks more.
Yeah, I'm not sure right now. I'm not.
It's just, you can take them seriously up to the point that they're top 15-20 team. Above that, they're not playoff contenders. They're not certainly title contenders. So, and with regards to Stam, like, definitely it's a mental thing, right? It has to be a mental thing. And somebody needs to help him with that. I don't think it's irreversible or unchangeable. If he has somebody to help him with that he's gonna click with and understand, like what he needs to do when he climbs up on the stage, that's different than from when he's playing from studio or home or whatever, then he's gonna, use that potential that he has, because he obviously has it. But until that, he's just gonna suck on the fucking stage as he did so far as well. So that's one of the reasons they're losing, and they are not a contender or a playoff team. And it's gonna stay that regardless of this event. Repeat this performance, go to the semis on the event when all these teams are there. Go to the semis there, and I'll say, like, listen, maybe they're getting better. Everybody will say they're getting better. But right now, to kind of count this as some sort of a fucking glorious success for this lineup that is being paid fucking tens of thousands of dollars, like, no, absolutely not. Not even close.
Your return on investment for this team is just horrendous. So that's kind of the main thing for me. I mean, you miss 4 majors in a row, barely on the cusp right now of maybe qualifying immediately into the major. And by the way, they will get past because they're not playing ESL Pro League. I guess.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely falling out of the top 10 of EU teams. Like,
why are they playing Pro League though?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the agreement is or what the deal is, but yeah, they're not on the team list for EPL. Neither is FaZe. But FaZe,
by the way, I'm pretty sure you're right as well, Murray. But I can only say for like Device, Stabby, and Yaun and fucking Stown and Yabby.
Their names are so hard.
But I'm almost certain those 3 players have very good fucking salaries, mate. Like, it's not like a budget team.
Yeah.
They're paying a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really see it. I can't really see a team. Well, no, FaZe has been out of it for a while. I don't know when Astralis dropped out of this one, but in terms of like return on investment, it is like the worst. So when you say it's not good, are they like good is so subjective, but in reality, like, yeah, they're like barely they're a top 10 team, but are they close to knocking on the door of elite? For me, the answer is clearly no. For me, their map pool is just 2 maps.
Top 10 team?
Are you insane? Yeah, I'd take them over a lot of the teams that are not in the top 10.
Okay, wait. Do your top 10.
Me?
Mine?
Yeah, just do the top 10. You can do it pretty quickly. Surely you can get the first 5.
Kasad or me?
You.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Spirit, Vitality,
yeah.
Navi. I put FaZe up there. Okay. I put Maus up there, actually, now, from what we saw.
Wait, you're the same guy who said they wouldn't make any playoffs. Now they're like the fucking 5th best team in the world or something. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I have to change my... I have to change it just because of the... It's just like... Well, I have a...
Put it this way, I think they're better than Astralis, so I'll give you that.
I have a take for Snake and Banter about Maus.
Right.
So okay. I don't want to overuse it.
Is that like 5 or something, I think? 5 or 6 there?
Yeah. I mean, teams. It's more like this. What are the teams that I see beneath Astralis? I think VP's worse than them. I think Liquid's worse than them. I think Pain's worse than them. And then who are you really taking?
Absolutely not, man. Are you crazy to put Liquid and VP below them?
I would like to see those teams play Astralis, actually. That would be a good match.
Man, it's okay. It's like you forgot the last 2 months.
Liquid just lost to the Mongols, dude. Liquid lost to the Mongols. Like,
yeah, but that was in the old lineup.
The only teams that Liquid has beaten this year. Let me just tell you all the teams Liquid has beaten in this year.
Go on.
Maus, when they were playing with a stand-in, Wild Card, Complexity, 9 Pandas. That's it. They've lost to Heroic twice. They lost to the Mongols, and they lost to Spirit. Okay. They've been pretty bad this season.
All right.
Yeah.
You're talking about Liquid?
Yeah, Liquid.
Yeah, but have you watched, Astralis since like they got this lineup?
Yes, I was on the 3rd place decider match. Obviously, I was watching them at this tournament. Yeah, dude, they're ancient and their Inferno are really solid. I don't have any faith in them on any other maps. But I could say the same thing about Liquid. Liquid, the only map I really trust Twist calling on is Anubis, and it's the easiest T-side map in the pool. Okay. Like that's it, So I guess their Ancient's kind of good also. Everybody's kind of good at Ancient in a weird way. But I just trust their Ancient and Anubis, and I just think that Anubis, you're just gifted so much on T-side that it makes Twist look better than he really is as a caller.
And we won't get to see that potential matchup up until Lisbon, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
And that's so stupid when you think
even then though, like I don't even if like let's say Liquid are better than them, then they're probably 10th. Okay, they're probably 10th or 9th because they beat the Mongols.
Yeah, but the fact that they beat them, that doesn't immediately qualifies them that they're better. They were better on the day, maybe, right? But
I get what you mean.
Like,
I get what you mean,
overall,
but then it's a
like,
cusp.
perspective, it's just, you know, I can't.
Well, even
put them,
okay, okay. Even if they're worse than the Mongols, they're still in the top 10. Even if they're worse than them and they're worse than Liquid, they'd still be in the top 10. Because I don't see VP, Pain, Gamer Legion, Furia being better than Astralis right now.
I don't know. For me,
I like Pain more. I like Pain more, but they were pretty bad on the. Davideus on stage is just like quite bad.
But that's what you like. That is kind of double standard as well, because Pain did beat them.
Yeah, but I mean, on stage they just look so bad. You know, they looked.
That doesn't
like,
matter. They have more experience, but that doesn't make them a better team. It's just Pain did beat them, and it's just a fucked up thing because we cannot see the potential matchups between Astralis and G2 and Astralis and Liquid and Astralis and all these teams because of this fucked up schedule and all this garbage that's going on. Right? So
that's why we just have to have hot takes. We don't have definitive answers.
Yeah, it's stupid.
The problem is, look, in general, I don't mind the take. I wouldn't necessarily agree with the top 10 one. Like, for example, we haven't seen enough of them, but I actually think you might even be able to pop like Gamer Legion in there. They're not a bad team. They already beat Astralis themselves. They had a nice run. They only lost to good teams, in my opinion. But if I did a top 10, even then they'd be like 11th or 12th or something. It's not terrible in that sense. Essentially, I just don't. I mean, this ties into why I think they suck. I also do think once you get out of the top big names, man, live, it's really wide open after that. Like, you can get after the top 2 or 3. There's about fucking 7, 8 teams that can all mix it up. Then there's probably like another fucking 6 or 7. Like, look, VP didn't make the fucking playoffs, but I don't think they're a bad team. They also look like a team with a lot of potential. Mongols shit the bed in the playoffs. They're fucking dynamite in the group stage. They'd reckon Astralis in the group stage. So I think that match is completely different if it's not on stage. So no, okay, fair enough. But anyway,
I wouldn't even go that far to say that 3D Max is better than Astralis.
Well, yeah, because the tactics.
I like that take, but I don't agree with
what about the tactics? Exactly, the tactics.
They have better tactics than Astralis, but they have much worse players. That's the problem.
Okay.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.